welcome to episode 12 of the WPD podcast. We return with Miss Deborah Baker after her season of flying around all over the place and being a white lady in a white world.
Should we start that again?
No racism intended.
Just more a joke on Debs' translucentness.
But the ghost has returned, and obviously, your standard Romana, the grandma of the group. Love it. And me. No longer moon face. I don't think my face is as moony.
Yeah, I'm kind
of. We're just gonna swap faces, aren't we, Ray?
I'm just taking
the moon face.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So what we're gonna do is just have a quick update and everything. Because obviously we haven't been all three of us together for a while now. So just an update on obviously what Debs has achieved this season, and then an update on Romana's sort of off-season plans and how's that going since she came out of a mini cut, and obviously my updates going into peak week. I'm going into peak week. Apparently, I'm ready. So I am coming up to 9.5 weeks out this week, and today we had a pretty much a big old drop in everything, because I was posing for Leets this morning and she said, "Yeah, you look good, but you're still fat." And I was like, "Okay, fair enough." she was like, "You don't look 9 weeks out," and I'm going to be honest with you. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't feel it." So I said that to Tom, and Tom will kind of like agree with Leets, because see, we've been posing together for so long now, and obviously Leets drilled all my posing last year, and I think she has quite a good idea of what to look for at certain points in prep, which is nice. So dropping food. So we're not doing high, low, and medium days anymore. High days are gone.
They're just all low days.
Yeah, all low days.
All of the low days. Dust.
Yeah. Anyone dust? No.
Anyone dust.
So obviously medium days, low days, or non-training days, training days, and I guess they're quite low. I don't really know, because I was eating so much food. Like maybe they're low. I don't know. Like
what you want?
I don't actually know. When I'm in prep, I don't really like knowing my macros. Just
I'm like that.
Yeah, I just can't deal with it. I
just not look.
Yeah, so I mean, like my last meal was like 50 grams of rice, 150 grams of chicken, and 5 grams of sesame seed oil, and that's basically how it's been like throughout the day. And that's going well. And we added in NPP this week, which was today. Anavar and Clen are now all the way through to their daily. And then growth at 1AU every day. And growth has been the same throughout off season anyway. So this is where the fun begins. So I'm excited to just see how things go. And I think no cardio, steps at 16,000 without a weighted vest. And I think that's it. Nothing else has been added, just a drop in food. So, and obviously increase in expenditure. So, and obviously I finished work for 4 months on the 1st of September. So I think, yeah, so we can control expenditure a little bit better compared to last year, because I was working so much. Like I was getting like 140,000 steps over 5 days, and it just burnt away my legs. So we've got a bit the ability to control more variables this time around, which is good. So that's exciting. I just want to get into it now. I'm getting bored of this phase.
It's that point though in prep, isn't it? Like we were saying this, it's the boring bit. You don't really see much of a difference, do you, in those initial weeks? And then one day something just changes and you're just like, holy shit, like, oh, look, a new line. Yeah. And then it just starts to just all fall in place, doesn't it? And then you're like, obviously you get into absolutely sick conditioning as well. I mean, I thought I was lean, but you literally look like an anatomy chart, don't you, when you get lean?
Yeah, I get that.
I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait to see that. I've not seen you in the flesh like that, so I'm very excited. I'm gonna poke you.
You might see me. You might just see like a dash of a shadow go past.
You'll probably be like me. You'll be translucent almost.
Where's Sara? I'm here.
Oh, there she is. She's just turned front on. She was sideways. That's why we did it. How was training today?
Oh mate, it was actually well.
You want to tell us?
So train with Jamie Dorigo at Gar. I think it's Gar Gym.
I think they call it Gar
Gym. With Mike and Alicia. Is it Alicia? And it was
that
actually
sounds like when Ruby gets something stuck in her throat.
And it was actually super, super interesting. Like we did back together, and Mike and Alicia are very much about like mind muscle connection and how you pull with the muscle you're intending to use. Now, like sometimes like I get too emotional in sets and I just become super tense and I don't necessarily use the muscle intended to like that you're aiming to hit. So we did like she taught me how to breathe properly for a start, and then just like relax into the movement. It's weird. Like she was like, I want you to relax, but I want you to be tense when you need to be tense, if that makes sense. So like instead of contracting like 100% and gassing out early, you have to contract, but be able to constantly contract over time until you hit failure in the muscle that you're intending to hit, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that was really, really cool to try and just like essentially like I'm strong enough to pull it. I need to think more about what I'm pulling with. Like when I train back, like my arms very much overtake because they're the most dominant thing on my body.
You've got the most ridiculous size arms ever. I thought I had big arms, and then I saw yours. I was like, Jesus.
My arms are a burden, not a blessing. Because there. And that was super cool. So we just did loads of like row variations, pull down variations, and like partials, but instead of like utilizing your back, utilizing your scapula instead. So like just tiny little like retractions and protractions, and it was really cool. Like it was sick. And Jamie's such a down to earth guy. Like some people probably think he's a dick, but like when you're actually close and speak to him, like just face on, he's such a sound guy. So it was really, really nice.
The first time I did the medical cover for Two Bros, he just ended up sitting next to me for quite a bit because Tom was like there as well and some other people. And it was really cool, like just getting to chat to him, and that like the persona is very, very different. He's just he's quite chilled.
Yeah, he's a good lad. Yeah, and he does work hard. Like it's like with their training, it's very in and out. So like we were just like boshing out each other, and then it was like I think we did a superset to start. So it was like a straight arm pull down with like a chest supported. We had like the handles that are like this, and you can twist them. They're like attachment. On a seat, and we did like a pull down variation into a row variation to start off with, and then we did like a single arm cable row, but you're holding the handles and you're just allowing the stretch. So and you do like alternating arms, which was quite cool. I'm probably not describing these very well, but they were sick. And then we did like a row variation. That was it, because you just gassed from like actually utilizing the muscle, which admittedly like on like chest days, because I'm long strength in my chest, I don't really think about training my chest, if that makes sense. So it's something that I should probably really focus on a little bit more. And I had a really good chat with Alicia today, and she was like, look, like the training that you've done so far has built a base, and a very good base, but now it's time to fine tune it. So it's less, maybe more about the just fucking going in the gym and just pulling it for the sake of pulling the weight. It's more about, right, okay, so what am I using? Don't think about like my arms, or literally think about, right, okay, then that's the muscle I'm hitting. I'm going to relax into it. I'm going to control the weight throughout. And just like that pure mind to muscle connection, it was super interesting. So I've trained with Connor for a long, long time, and some things just come naturally, but to have someone be like, right, listen to my voice until I start being a bit more angry, that's when I want you to start being. So it's just like voice cues. It was really interesting. So I always advise anyone to go down there, because her and Mike are both so passionate about what they do. It was. I'm definitely going to be getting into more sessions with them in the future, just because I think it would be good to have Alicia in a corner going into a pro debut. So because her knowledge is just fucking nuts, and Mike's. So it was a lot of fun. I sweated all my clothes. It was ridiculous.
I remember seeing them at Body Power at one point. I think maybe it was the year I competed. I don't know, but they had a little workshop going on with training, and like it just looked so. It looked amazing, like you said, the passion and like the way they execute stuff and go through it, and the way they explained it as well. It looked amazing. Yeah, I mean,
I know they've I know a little plug for them, but I know they've got a workshop on the 28th of August. I think that rings a bell. Yeah, it's in August, at the end of August, which is free. It's like a seminar for a lot of Jamie's clients and obviously other people that are interested, and that's probably really interesting to go to. I don't know what it's about. So Guard Gym is other side of Cardiff.
Okay.
I can tell. It's not. It's about an hour and 15 from me.
Oh, so it's not too far from me anyway. I think. Wait, what is it? It's not too far. So,
I'm working.
That's sweet.
Okay.
What's that? What'd you say, Ro?
I'm working that weekend.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's August. I know it's the end of August.
I might go to that because I've got a bit more of my life back, and I can actually do different things. I might actually go and learn some new stuff.
Yeah, they are amazing, and obviously, like, your mind is a powerful thing. So she's gone. When I was like doing my first exercise, I was so tense because my mind was tense, and she was like, "You need to stop that," and I was like, "Okay."
It's really difficult, though, isn't it, to stop that? Like,
God knows what happened there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're all really quiet.
No.
Can you hear me? I've got my microphone.
Hang on, I'll come back. I'll try and come back.
Okay.
I can just hear
Is that
Ruby snoring.
Yeah. I think it's August. It's late August. That would be sick to go to because
I definitely want to go to that. Like I said, because now I'm back into off season. I want to do stuff where I can actually like now improve my coaching service to my clients, improve my knowledge for myself as an athlete and things like that. So I'm like signing up to workshops. I want to travel and do stuff. So yeah, I want to do more of that kind of. I want to learn. This is my learning time now. Now I've got more glycogen in my brain. I can do stuff.
Stimulate the brain, not the muscle.
I'm still ditzy, I'm still a ditzy blonde, but I can learn some stuff.
I've got that J3 University now, which I'm really excited to start doing some learning, gigging. It's John Jewett's university platform, so he does like courses and stuff. Yeah, it's sick.
Amazing. All the learnings.
Amazing. All the learnings. What about you, Ro? What's going down? What's happening?
Going down. I'm just over here in off season. So yeah, finished my mini cut 3 weeks ago. Gained £1.5 pounds, lost £1.5 pounds.
Yeah.
I was still like just eating. I don't know. And then gained 4 pounds. So we're on an upward trajectory now. There was a mention of £190.
What's that?
There was a mention of £190.
What is that in kilos?
I think it's about 90 kilos, something like that. I could be wrong.
Big girl.
Yeah.
I think the heaviest I hit in off season.
86.
Oh, 86. Not too bad. I hit 82 on my off season. That was the heaviest, and I felt like I was going to die.
I got 81 last time.
Did you? Wait, how tall are you though, Ro?
5'4".
You 5'7"?
No, fuck off! I'm 5'7". I'm still.
How tall are you, Debs? 5'7".
I'm 5'6", and my peak off season weight was literally just under 84. But I mean, I reckon I can hit 90. I reckon I can easily hit 90 with like a year off.
That's what you're going to be massive.
Yeah. We've kind of picked some show dates.
Oh, have you?
Well, provisionally. Obviously, the pro calendar's not been released yet, but the plan is I wanted to do Portugal, but there's no other WPD shows in Europe. So it's kind of, there's no point in prepping for that and then having to back off again. Obviously, if they do the Arnold again, I'll apply for that, but the plan is those 3 shows at the back end in November of the year. I think it's Alicante, Romania, and then Spain again. So that's...
Dude, the Alicante show is supposed to be fucking
That's
great.
The plan. Yeah.
And I was speaking to Jim, and he said the Romania Musfest show, which I'm doing this year, he says it's so well run. Like, he says it's such a good show to do because you've got a good turnout of athletes, a good quality of athletes. And Romania is just an easy country to move around in. He's saying it's just like the Ubers are good, the places are good. Like, he just says it's a really good show. I think it's Wings of Strength, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Something like that. He said something.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So the quality of the like competitors is really good.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, for me, doing a show in the States is going to be financially tough. Might be possible in 2024, but 2023, nah.
No, don't need to say that twice.
Yeah.
Very costly. Very costly.
Yeah, but then you don't even make that back in winnings either. You have to win to even catch even. I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know what the prize money is in my shows, but I think the first place gets $5,000 or something like that.
How much is it really?
Which
no,
just about covers the cost.
Yeah.
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 No, well, not in it for the money, eh?
No.
No, but that sounds good, Ro.
Yeah.
You're looking swole anyway, mate. Your arms look like they've grown.
Yeah. Somebody's been making me train arms about 3 times a week.
Yes, Dan.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
I needed to start actually training them, to be fair.
Arms are so boring, though. Who
They
trains
are very
arms? No
boring.
one.
Yeah.
You done blood flow restriction on your arms, either of you?
I have half a day. Don't
Yeah.
like it.
What's that? It's horrendous, isn't
It's
it?
horrible.
You done it on your legs?
Once and again.
I'd rather
not
stick hot
again.
pins in my eyes.
Come to subs and get Connor to do it with you. It
Fuck
fucking
that.
hurts like
Connor's
shit.
mental. I'm not training legs with Connor. I'll break myself.
To be fair, I do actually want to train legs with Connor. Like I'm like
It's brutal, mate.
I've got a fucking fire lit in me. I want those big chunky legs now.
Big chunky.
I just think I've got too many niggles in my legs that I don't know if it's like some days I can do it, some days I can't. Some days it really hurts, some days it doesn't. Like yesterday, my calves were, or my left calf, right calf was giving me shit. So doing lying leg extensions, but then you've got somebody like beasting you. I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
it's not
That's
worth
fair,
it.
though. That's fair. I mean, you've got a good set of legs on you anyway, haven't you? So like, just gotta train to what? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, well, they're well fucking better than mine, Ro. Well better than mine. So.
But then I haven't seen them
she's
lean.
got dead.
What did you say?
I haven't seen my.
Oh, hang on. What? Sorry. What did you say, Sara?
She's got dense old lady muscle.
She does. What did you say, Ray?
Something about I haven't seen them lean for a while.
I reckon.
Is that? Yeah, you got good quads on you, Ray. Good quads.
Let's just not give her any more compliments because she's not taking them.
Romana, you're rubbish.
No,
I'm really tired, so I'm a bit like I don't have the energy.
That's right, mate. We'll just throw them your way anyway. Yeah. And what about you, Deb? So let's have a bit of a summary of your season.
Well, it was regardless of the weekend results, obviously, which is not what anyone goes to compete for. Like, I'm not one of those people who wants to take part. I want to win. Obviously, anyone that's very serious about competing, bodybuilding in general, wants to win. Coming second at the British was a kick in the teeth, of course. Gutted from it, but I'm like I said, each day that goes by, I'm kind of recovering from it, and I'm excited for the plans moving forward. Like Tom and I have got plans moving forward. I just need to build more size, really. I mean, I've got the structure. The judges' feedback from all the shows is like, your structure is amazing. The symmetry that you have, the balance, the poise. Femininity is a massive thing that they said as well for me, which shines through. And posing, I've had really good feedback from as well. Like they've all loved my posing. So, that's all really positive things for me. Obviously, the MK Classic, I won my height class in the overall. Finland, the pro qualifier, I won my height and overall. And obviously at the British, I came second. But like it's regardless of that, super successful season, best package I've ever brought to stage, and we've seen now I can get the condition as well. We just need to match that with more density and more size, and just absolutely rinse this off season and just push size on onto my frame. And I think after that, I think I will definitely be pro worthy then. Like I've trained, like I've said to you in my voice notes, like I have that mindset of a pro. Like I get up, I do everything meticulously, I plan. Everything I do is to move forward as a pro, and I will get there. It's just like that weekend, it just wasn't my day. The judge that was there was just going on size the whole day throughout most of the categories.
It definitely seemed like he was.
Yeah, and it was a different judging panel, and like different judges want different things. And it is what it is. Like I can't change the judge's mind. That's what they decide on the day. But to win 2 shows for my structure and the way I look, and then to have like a completely different judge, it's just weird for me. Again, like I can't change that. That's just my 2 pence on it, and my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. I mean, did you see Heather?
I did see Heather, yes. Yeah.
Oh my lord. She posed, so she asked me to look at her posing in the morning, and then again just before she went on stage, and mate, she was so shredded.
Yeah.
It was painful, like to see her walking
Was
around.
it
And she was so like.
is this the bikini athlete?
Yeah, the Scottish one.
Yeah, her partner does
like
classic, doesn't he? Is that right?
Yeah, Dylan. Yeah. And he won earlier on in the day. And Heather's like the most amazing. Like she's the nicest girl, like woman ever. Like she's just so polite. She's so humble. And I said, like, we were looking at her, Dylan, I, and Ben, and we were like, you might be a tad hard for bikini, but she was like, she's got probably, in my opinion, one of the best back poses in the UK right now because she's just so on point with everything. But I know, like I said to her, I was like, have you ever thought of being a figure girl? Because she's got the height and she's got a lovely structure and she knows she can get into condition. I was like, because I know she's like, I love conditioning. I just want to get big now. And I was like, I think you should probably consider figure if you're like really wanting to put on the mass now. Because I don't know how bikini girls like go into off season. I'm assuming, well, they probably don't approach it like us WPD girls, but like, is there so much mass a bikini girl can put on to be competitive? Like, what's too far for bikini? Like, I don't understand what they look for. Do you know what I mean?
It was very
strange.
Like, this is no.
So it's a very strangely judged show. Like for what, obviously we're all like very well versed within bodybuilding, and like even though we don't follow bikini as such, we know what they're looking for to an extent. So it's very strange to see like some of the top UK bikini athletes place so low as well. When they've done so well previously in other shows, so it's quite strange. And the same with the men's physique, you know, other blokes that were in like the qualifiers as well in the amateur shows. Yeah, it was.
I mean, mind you, Shannon Davies or Davies.
Yeah, he was insane.
Insane. Honestly, you weren't there, Debs, but he was like the pictures won't do him justice. But he was just amazing. He was,
and he held his own in the pro show as well, didn't he? You know, that to me didn't seem like he looked like he deserved that placing.
Fuck yeah, he was good. But yeah, obviously other categories were a bit touch and go. But like, yeah, it was weird. Like obviously, you know how I like hate on bikini girls. I just admittedly need to learn more about the category. But like when I watched the pro show, me and Sammy Williams chilled right up until the end to watch the pro show. And the girls that I had placed earlier, like placed in say top 6, were like top fucking 10 to 16. I was like, no fuck, like how do you even what?
Like I'm throwing the towel in now. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, I don't know, because it was weird.
I think
the French lady.
I think the woman that won. I think she turned pro at the British when I did.
I think she did.
She's
yeah,
French or something potentially. Sorry if I got that wrong.
Yeah, French. And what I don't understand is her and Kerry Sexton have a very similar physique, right? But obviously Kerry could have done with being a little bit bigger. But like they were so similar, but yet Kerry placed I think 9th or 10th, and then this French girl won. I'm like, what's the difference? Because they're like the same height, very similar structure. The French girl was just a little bit bigger. Maybe.
Posing presentation.
Maybe.
Have you looked at the scorecard for the bikini lot? Have you seen it?
I haven't looked at it properly.
I looked at it, but I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It might be interesting, like, to have a look at it. I mean, obviously, I know we're not bikini guys, but it'd just be interesting to see, like, where you place some of the athletes, obviously where they place, and see the score that they gave them. And just see it, like, obviously they're going to get their judges' feedback, right? So they can look through that and just see, you know, what they've like marked down on.
Cool. Yeah. Let me know what it is. I'd be sick to find out.
I think Bodybuilding UK put it up on Instagram.
Yeah, I think they did.
Because I have seen it, but I sort of looked at it, but didn't really. Because Jade looked friggin' awesome as well. Jade Creasy, I think that's how you say her surname. She's sponsored by Miss Bikini Fitness as well. And she's like a tiny figure athlete.
Oh, I know the one you're on about. Yeah, because Sammy pointed her out as well.
I saw her backstage. She looked really good, like really good.
Yeah, monsters, absolute monsters. But I don't understand why they didn't do the pro show the day after. That would have made so much sense.
It would have.
They would have, but because what they could have done is have the amateurs on the Saturday, charged for a ticket on the Saturday, and then had the pro show on the Sunday and charged for the ticket on the Sunday. So they could have made the same, probably if not more money, by having the pro show, but not just 2 categories. They could have added in more categories.
The way they did it for both my pro shows was on the same day as the amateurs, but they started the amateurs at like 9 o'clock. Or it might even been earlier. Because I think the show started late, because I pitched up at 9 and it hadn't started. They hadn't let people in then. So I think that was the downfall. For whatever reason. It started late and it just never caught up. And I think then, you have the categories like men's physique and bikini where you do, and that it's not a criticism, they just attract more athletes. So you've got more athletes to get through. Yeah. And the way they did it was both men and women's pro shows were both at the end. So the amateur show finished at 5 and then the pro show started at 6.
Yeah. It would have made sense, really. Yeah, get this, Debs. There was an A, B, C, D, E, and an F class for men's physique.
Holy hell.
And obviously, remember, you got to go through, like, novice and then open as well.
That's probably why we were so
behind. Sat there with
That's why we were so behind. And the thing is, though, that wait...
I think it was.
That wait backstage... I mean, you were there, Sara. That wait backstage, my God. It's not... It's like 2 hours, which is, like, a normal person waiting like, oh, that's probably all right. It's not. It's really not all right. Like you,
I get quite worried for Penny's.
You worry yourself. Exactly, you're worrying, and like your athlete, like Penny would worry. Like I was worrying. I was like, shit. I'm going to definitely lose. I've been backstage late before, and you just watch your body just change into something, and then you stress more, and it gets worse. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't be like, oh, hey, can you hurry up, please? I want to get on stage. You got to just kind of like sit there and just like hope that they get on. And then, like my mum missed like my initial thing of me going on because she was live streaming it. So she missed the first bit. And like everyone was like, watching, they're like, where's Deb? Like she should have been on like an hour ago. And they're all messaging me. I'm like, guys, I'll let you know when I'm going on. And then it was just literally like, oh, you're going on now. And you're, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. Hey.
But we move forward and we make the gains.
Yeah, Backstage was quite fun.
It was.
Loved it.
Did you like the video I tagged you in of you doing that worm across the floor?
That was
Did you see that, Ray?
That was so funny, wasn't it? Kept me entertained.
Yeah, Sophie Brewster's a lovely.
Oh, she is as good as gold. She was the same as me in Finland. She only had 2 in wellness and she won the overall. And she's literally been fighting for a pro card. So when she came away with her pro card, like I WhatsApped. I was like, I'm so fucking thrilled for you because she deserves that. She's got an insane physique.
She's nuts. Yeah,
she was against Kelly.
She's nuts.
Yeah,
at the regional.
Was she? Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Kelly looked fucking thick as well. But I think where Kelly was taller.
What's that?
Yeah. I think Sophie's just got that. She's just got that wellness look to her, hasn't she? She's just, and it's just like, that's something I'm impressed with wellness girls. It's just it's just meat, isn't it? It's just legs. They're just covered in just muscle. I'm just like, how?
That big fatty butt.
My one by fair at the weekend was. Do you remember last time when we were up, Sara, watching Kelly? We were watching Kelly, and they let dogs in the Braywick. Fucking, we're in there with Ruby and Manu, and like, sorry, no dogs allowed. So it was all right 2 months ago, but this weekend it's not. When it's actually hotter outside. Cheers. We won't be buying any more of your coffee, thanks.
You should have just said there were service dogs. They'll let you in.
I don't think Ruby kind of counts as a service dog.
You do. It's an anxiety dog. Honestly, my sister does it because she dog sits. She dog sits, and she goes in shops and stuff. Like she has a different dog every time. They're like, oh, you can't bring that in there. She's like, oh, it's a service dog. And they're like, oh, okay. Every time, honestly, it'll work without a doubt. So next time, just say service dog.
Yeah, service puppy. Dog, right. We also had a discussion on the weekend about is a bagel sandwich.
Oh shit.
Is a bagel sandwich, Deb?
Someone's ears are pricked up.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Debs, what's your take on it?
Right, are you talking about a savoury bagel, right? We're not talking about the cinnamon and raisin ones.
Any bagel.
No,
any bagel.
Yeah.
And are you talking about like just the standalone bagel, or are we talking about filling it with stuff?
Filling it. You can fill it.
No, it's not a sandwich, is it?
It's not a sandwich. Thank you. It's a bagel.
No. Right.
It's a bagel, man.
Thank you, ladies. Right, answer this for me, because you couldn't answer it in person. Maybe you've had some time to think it through, right? If I am right now, let's say theoretically, I'm between Debs and Sara on the screen, yeah? I am sandwiched in between you two, yeah? That is the meaning of two
Good
pieces
time,
of
isn't it?
bread. Bagel, you slice in half, you fill it, it's sandwich.
Debs, share screen, Google it. Is a bagel a sandwich?
Right, hang on.
Settle
Well,
in.
I don't agree. That's just a technicality. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that. To start with, I know Debs is pretty pale, but she's not a piece of bread.
Exactly. Oh, why is my keyboard not working? I'll use this one. Is a bagel. It's a bagel for a sound. Oh, it's the first thing that comes up.
Hey, we got some light on.
Here we go. So there's some middle ground here. A bagel is a sandwich. Are you listening? A bagel is a sandwich. Let me share this.
There you go.
Depending on how you eat it, it says. So we're all right.
You're shoving it up your arse.
He's got a saucepan. Please don't wind him up.
Yeah.
How else could you eat it?
So here we go. We have a voting poll here, guys. 472 say no and 417 say yes. So the no wins.
No win. It's not
no
a sandwich.
How does eating it depend whether it's a sandwich or not?
Because if you're filling it with stuff, they're trying to say it could be a sandwich.
Could, not isn't.
Could, but it's not a sandwich.
We're saying we are filling it with stuff.
Just accept you're wrong.
I just said it could be a sandwich. I didn't say it is if you fill it. It's not a definitive answer, I'm afraid.
Just walked off going bullshit.
Wow. It's and that's on Reddit as well.
Huh?
That's on Reddit.
On Reddit. The oracle of all knowledge.
It is.
That's it.
Secondary to the sun.
Conversation. Yeah, the Sun has. Did you see that they had a thing posted the other day about the Love Island? Right, I don't follow.
I say Love Island's my prep guilty secret. So I'm not watching it this year. I'm saving it until next year when I start prep, and I'm going to watch 2022 Love Island, followed by 2023 Love Island while I'm doing my cardio, and that's zero shits given.
And there was a video of one of the girls farting, and then obviously one of the girls being like, "Oh, I can't smell it," and then it's just all over the place because this girl was like, "Oh, I can't smell the fart," and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's disgusting. Girl wants to smell a fart. I must fancy her," or something like that. It's quite funny.
Never doubt it.
But that made newspapers. Yeah, that made newspapers.
Slow news day. I mean, it's not like there's a war in Ukraine or anything that's going on.
Or it's not like the Lioness has just won the Euro Cup.
I don't know about that either. I'm sorry.
Oh, Debs! Alita would be here and
even I'm not a football fan, but it's like for women in sport, it's fucking mental. It's epic.
Can I remind you that I've been intoxicated with myself for prep for the past 7 months, so I've not really paid attention to anyone.
It's all over Instagram.
No, that's
honestly, I've not seen anything on it. I've not seen a thing.
It happened Sunday. You finished the
best thing in the...
Yeah, but on Sunday I was enjoying myself eating. I didn't give a shit about anyone else. I'm being honest.
Yeah, and it's just it was like Leeds has probably only just stopped crying.
That's pretty fucking cool, though, isn't it?
Honestly, Debs, it's such a huge step in the right direction for women's sport. And I've had several arguments with men over this, in the fact that they're like, "Oh yeah, but it's just like women's football. Like they're not going to be ever as good as men's football."
Better.
And some
they
guys
won the Euros.
"Oh yeah,
did the men win the Euros?"
Yeah, I was like,
when's the last time the men won the Euros?
Did you see that? I think it might be related to that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I did see a Twitter post where there were a lot of female hosts for a football show.
Oh, World Cup.
There were a lot of female hosts for a football show, and Alan Sugar had commented basically saying men wouldn't be allowed to have an all-men hosted show and all these women this, that, and I'm thinking mate, piss off. Just
get back in your box.
Yeah, and then Yeah, but you've got people like Ian Wright, who is obviously like a main fan, like a huge part of women's football, and obviously he was like a football legend, and like it's just like baffles me. Like obviously men's football is men's football and women's football is women's football. Like I was explaining to you, bro, like you have a kilo of feathers and a kilo of bricks.
Still a
They're the
fucking kilo.
same thing. Obviously, it's just a different.
Why is
Exactly,
this
yeah.
concept
And it's just like
this attitude that, oh, you have a vagina, therefore everything you do is lesser than the man that's done it with a fucking penis? Why is that? Sorry, I'm just going off the rant now.
It's because they don't like it's just like a fucking mindset, isn't it? They don't like.
Oh, I'm
anyone...
sorry, I'm not in the kitchen making you dinner. No.
Yeah, but it's literally that. It's they just don't like anyone that can challenge their sort of like masculinity, or be like, oh, that's a man's job. Well, why? I'm actually stronger than you. I can do it better than you. That's your problem, mate, not mine.
Yeah. And there was a point where one of the girls scored a goal. Kelly scored the winning goal. She took her top off and obviously waved it around in the air. And someone at work was like, yeah, that was my favourite bit. And I was like, you realise how fucking iconic that is? I don't know whether you girls know, but in one of it was like a finals of the Euros, it was the World Cup years ago. Leaks would be able to give you the dates, but I can't remember. And it was against China and the States. And it was one of the States women went up to the final penalty and they won. And she took her top off and flung it round. And I think it was like 1996 or something like that. And there's a picture, and it's like the most iconic picture in women's football history. And obviously Kelly recreated that on that day. So it wasn't just her taking her top off and flinging it around. It was like a representation of the most iconic photo in football history. So when people were like, yeah, I just liked it because she had her tits out. No. Like that was so massive for women's football. And it's just like, I had like I snapped at someone at work the other day because I was like, don't come to me who is passionate. And then obviously my partner, Leets, is so passionate about it that the minute she saw that we won, she burst into tears. And I've never seen her cry so much at tears, obviously. But like that meant so much to Leets. And it's like me winning my pro card. That was what the
it's not just for like people our age and older, but it's for those girls that are watching it that are like 7 or 8 that dream of being a fucking international football player. And before now, there wasn't, before recently, the last few years, it wasn't even televised. It was like hardly even mentioned.
Yeah.
So how can somebody dream of doing something if they don't know it's a possibility? And now it's there, it's on TV, and they can go, I want to be that. That's like so massive.
There's the manager of England, Serena, when she was younger, she had to shave her hair off to look like a boy.
I don't know about you guys, because obviously you're a bit younger, but sports like football and rugby, I wasn't allowed to play in middle school.
I
wasn't allowed to play.
I used to play. I used to play netball, but I was really into basketball, and I wanted to play basketball. And they said, no, girls play netball and guys play basketball. And I was like, but I like basketball. I don't want to play netball. It's not the same. But
that was boring. I'm kidding. It was quite
I've experienced that. But I've always been into like male sports. I've always done like motocross and mixed martial arts and skateboarding. I've done loads of male sport. I've always done male sports. So it's nice to actually see now that even like certain media outlets and stuff like that are being more. They're sort of letting female athletes of different, obviously across the ball, in a positive light. Say like even with.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh no, your microphone's gone.
Oh.
Oh, she's gone. I hope the recording doesn't get fucked. Did you like my name?
Your mum.
Oh my goodness, what happened?
Your mum.
Oh fuck! I hope this doesn't
I think that probably
recording.
Saved it.
Fuck
what happened?
Hopefully.
It's still showing recording my end.
It's recording, but it's fresh on mine. I'm hoping it's kept that.
Fingers crossed. And it was just super iconic. And like considering Alex Scott, who's one of the commentators, and obviously she's had a few caps for England. Last year, or I think it was last year, or the last couple of years, she went round to venues saying, "Can you host the Women's Euros?" And they said no. So I bet they're fucking kicking themselves now to be like, fuck me, we could have hosted the Euro Women's Final, England versus whatever, or whoever it was, and see how fucking, it's just, Yeah, it's huge. It's massive. And I'm not saying, oh, woe
No,
is
it's
me.
not
I'm a
about that.
woman,
It's
I
just
deserve
about
all the
similar
benefits.
recognition. Just because like we don't have a penis.
Yeah. Well,
I know that sounds like I'm a staunch feminist. I'm not. I just want a little bit of fucking equality. That's all I want.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch men
This is
falling
the
over
WPD
chasing a white ball around the screen. I want to watch women actually boshing it. Sorry.
I think. I'm sorry, guys. Because I'm logging in on my phone. I think it's saved that recording. Yeah. Yes.
Yes!
Squeeze them together. 'Cause I'm back now, and I can do stuff like that.
Yeah. I did have somebody ask, or I replied to it on the WPD page, like, when's there another podcast coming out? So that's really cool. Sorry, I can't remember your Instagram name.
I also had.
I can't remember what I did half an hour ago.
Another lady say
this one will be on Friday.
Yeah.
Another lady say that she listens and she thinks it's amazing.
I had
that was nice.
Loz. Yeah, she
Loz
came up to. She was like, "Oh my god, it's Ruby!" I was like, and it was right at the time that the Blimmin' Braywick person was. I should have said, "Do you know you're going to lose your medical cover?" Because he shouldn't like. Anyway, she's come over and wanted to talk to Ruby as we're being asked to leave. So I was really like, "Yeah, talk to Ruby." Oh, we've got to go. So sorry for my if I wasn't very chatty, but I was stressed trying to figure out what I was going to do with my little radiator on a hot summer's day.
She's so lovely. Like she's always like messaging me, like supporting, like saying how much she enjoys it. So she's a very
shout out to Loz.
Yeah, shout out to you, Loz. Thanks for watching and being so lovely. And I was supposed to see her at the show, but I didn't hang around. I was, like I said, I was just absolutely just mentally and physically frazzled. I needed to get back. I needed to drink and just pass out with a burger in my mouth, basically.
Yeah. Because you went straight back to April,
I mean, I left the same time as Tom.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because Tom disappeared, and I was like, "Where are you?"
We
And he
all
was
sat
like,
together. I'm like, "Let's get out of here. Let's go."
Yeah. I bet your dogs were glad to see you.
Honestly, they went nuts. I've got a couple of videos of them, but they went absolutely haywire. And my little one, Chica, he's been waking my mum up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, like crying and stuff like that. And he tried to do the same when I came back last night. So I'd taken some melatonin. Yeah. And I would always start getting like sleepy, and then he like woke me up for a wee, and I was like, nah, not today.
Not today,
yeah,
Chico.
I missed them so much. Like I was getting homesick when I was in Madrid. I was getting so homesick. I literally was like, I had, obviously I was speaking Spanish for 4 days. Hadn't spoken to any English people for 4 days. And I literally got to the point where I was enjoying myself and it was amazing, but I just missed being at home. It's strange. Like I enjoyed it, but I just wanted to go home at the same time.
How is your Spanish now? Is it
still it's fluent. Like as soon as I the first day I had to like think what I wanted to say, but then by day 2, 3, it's like talking to you guys. Like, you know, and they
that's so
they literally they didn't even know I spoke Spanish. They thought I was English, and then they were like talking amongst themselves. And they were like asking if I could do something like this, and then they were trying to like say, you know, their English was like, it was good, but it's a bit broken. And I was like, look, I said in Spanish, I was like, look, guys, you don't have to speak to me in English, just speak to me in Spanish. And they're like,
they were like, oh, thank God.
I can understand you, everything you're saying. And they're like, oh, okay.
So bitch about me. I bet that's like quite a relief on their end, though. Is the fact that you can.
I mean, I tell you what, though, it was so hot over there. In direct sunlight, I think it got up to like 46, 47. Like even the Spanish were like, it's too hot.
Yeah, we live here, and it's
some people were like, "Oh, are you gonna go out and sunbathe and get?" I said, "No." I said, "I will literally burn to a crisp." I said, "No." So, and I couldn't get sunburn for the job I was doing there, and I couldn't get sunburn for the tan that I needed for the British either. So I was like, if I go in the sun, I will literally like go poof. I said I would evaporate. Yeah, like a vampire.
I will be a tomato.
Guys, I'm gonna have to bow out. I need to shower, eat, and go to bed. I am knackered, and I'm one shift in on a runner for 12 hours. So I'm going to leave you guys to it, I'm afraid.
Oh, buzzing.
That is okay. We got about 40 minutes anyway,
All
so
right, mate.
Cool.
it's a good one. All right.
No worries.
That's right, mate.
See you all later. Bye.
All right.
Nice doing this.
There he goes. I don't know what to do. Hello. Yeah, no, I've heard that it's very hot over in that area of the world.
Because didn't you say you had friends that were there or something?
I've had a couple of people from work go, and they just said it was like,
it was awful. Like, you could not sleep. Like, there was a funny story that I've told my mum and my brother, but so because I was working on a set, I can't say what it was for. So I was working on a TV commercial, and you get your trailers, don't you? And in the trailer, you've got like a lavatory, a bathroom on it, but it's literally like a box, right? So I went in there a couple of times. Obviously, I'm drinking loads because obviously I've got to for the show that's coming up. So this is on the Wednesday. Yeah, the Wednesday. And I'm drinking loads. I'm constantly going for a wee. So the toilet's fine. And then one of the times I go there, I'm like, right, I really need to go for a wee. And I get in the toilet and I am busting to go. And I've literally got no choice. I'm there. You know me. I'm putting toilet paper on the seat. Like I do. Did you guys take the mick out of me? I'm putting toilet paper on the seat. I sit down and start going to the toilet. And I'm like, I've just eaten at this point as well. Just my chicken and my vegetables. And I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? And I'm like, turns out someone's put poop tissues in the bin beside the toilet, walk down the toilet, and they, to add to it, right, they give out these buffets there, right, and they have amazing food, but they've got obviously like all the rich Spanish, like Mediterranean foods and stuff. So someone's been for the most horrific poo you can think of. They've wiped their arse, not flushed the tissues down the toilet. They put them in the bin beside. Yeah. This thing is literally, we would struggle to turn around in it. It was difficult, right? And think of that. Yeah. So it's a confined area. It's peak time in Spain, so it's hitting about 40 degrees. And the smell, honestly, I was there and I had nothing because I had the clothes on that I was going to wear for the commercial. I had to literally roll off the toilet roll, hold it, go. I was like, and I was going, without going for a wee, and I literally came out, and I was like,
yeah, because in some countries you're told to not flush the toilet paper, right?
I mean, whether that's something that they've I don't know. I mean, I lived in Spain, and that's nothing that I've had of, but this was just, I think this is just an absolute animal, regardless. I come out and I speak to my makeup artist there. She's lovely, and I'm like, "Don't go in that toilet." And she's like, obviously, she's like, "What a bunch of pigs and stuff like that." So someone cleans it, but I was so close to being sick. And I said to my mum, even now, the thought of the smell haunts me. I said, it's literally like something died and then was crapped out and then died again. I was like, it was just oh my God. It was funny to think back on, but at the same time, very horrible experience. And I hope people on the podcast enjoyed that little anecdote because, yeah. It's not all rainbows and unicorns in this world, I'm afraid.
Even though it's portrayed as a perfect world, it's really not when you're sitting there nailing someone else's shit. It's awful.
I think you've heard me in April saying Canan. Have you heard that, like Canan claw? So we've got it wrong. It's Canna, but we're going to just call it Canan. So that's Finnish for chicken. Fuck me, the chicken in Finland. I'm sorry if anyone's Finnish watching this, but I didn't know it was all smoked. So I mean,
yeah, I didn't know why they do that.
I don't know if they could preserve it so it lasts longer. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a tradition. But like Tom's known me like from start to finish. From when I've worked with him, I've never changed over my food. I'll just eat whatever. I'm not fussed. I'm like you, Sara. Like I will eat whatever I'm told to eat. I don't care. Yeah. And it came to carb up. I think it was day 2 of carb up, and he gave me my carb up again. It had chicken in it. I said, Tom, I said I cannot face that chicken anymore. I said it literally. I said I can't tell if it's cooked because it constantly looks pink. I said then when I eat it, it just tastes. Yeah. I said I can't even. I said it tastes like bacon. I said it's freaking me out. I need something else. I was like, just give me cream of rice and whey protein because. So we switched over to that, which was fine. Yeah. But I was getting to that point again where I was like almost urging because I don't know if you're like that, Sara, like texture and taste. And
sometimes I
think
am,
about it, and it makes it even worse.
Yeah. Like, when you have like a chicken breast and there's a vein in it, and you don't, I had that the other night, and Luke was like, "You okay?" And I was like,
"You put a lump in my throat there."
This is just going to be a podcast of gags.
But
oh dear. So, what's your moving on swiftly from Gag Central? What's your plan for this week? You obviously trained today.
I trained today. Back on plan today. Because I travelled back down from Maidenhead, Slough, where April is. I travelled back down there yesterday, so I was kind of half on plan, half not on plan because I wasn't hungry yesterday. It was weird. But first day back today, I had like a light pump session. I did a bit of upper body. I'm going to get some more rest tonight, and then I'm going to go on legs tomorrow because I am excited to train legs, and I've got all the carbs, so it should be an amazing session.
Yeah, that should be good. That should be very good. Because I know normally sometimes with Tom, he says have a week off after. I don't know whether he implied that to you. And
I think he's kind of left me to. I mean, he's not explicitly said train or don't train. I think he just let me decide on do what I feel for this week. Because obviously I've done quite a few peak weeks, and sometimes peak weeks post shows. Sorry, I can't even speak properly. But sometimes I've come out of shows and I've gone back to training. Sometimes I've gone out of shows and I've had a week off, or I've done like 3 days of the week. But I mean, I'm just going to take this week and see how I feel. I feel like tomorrow I feel like I can do legs. I kind of want to get back into it now, and I don't want to waste time. Exactly. I mean, I've got all these carbs in me now. You can see I've already filled out a bit. I feel better for it as well. I do feel better for it.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I said with Penny. I was like, look, like I have at least a couple days off, and then if you feel ready, just get back in the gym Wednesday and just smash it out. Like it's such a prime time. Obviously, don't be a stupid fucking idiot, but like. As long as you're like just getting the blood moving, feeling good, and just being smart about your approach to training after competition, then that's fine. And if you don't want to train, then don't train.
I think it's all individual, isn't it? Like of each. I mean, you know, if you've done quite a few shows as well, you know that when you come out of it, each time is different and each approach is different. Like each prep is different, isn't it? So post shows exactly the same. Like you just got to see how you feel. And I feel like yesterday I thought about training, but I was just honestly dead to the world yesterday. I was my vision was like swimming, like just from lack of sleep, and I had to catch up on my client work as well. So I was like, right, get these guys sorted, have a day off. Just
I bet you were.
And that's the thing. I'm excited. I've got a couple of them competing. I've got one this month in a couple of weeks. I'm doing BNBF, which I'm super excited about. He looks so good. So I've got that one to travel up to as well. That's it. I think it's in Birmingham. Hang on. I should know this because it's in. Yeah, Crescent Theatre. It's in Birmingham. It's in the Crescent Theatre in Birmingham. 21st.
What date? Oh, that's in a few weeks. Well, 2 or 3 weeks, including this one. How are they looking?
Very good.
How are they looking?
Very, very good. I think you get naturals. People underestimate naturals, don't they? Like some of them can just get in sick shape.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I'm natty.
Oh, that'd be fun. That's always.
I'm natural.
Huh? Yeah,
I'm
more
natty.
I'm as well. I'm natty. Never. Yeah, never taken.
I'm natty.
Bloody hell. No, that's exciting. Are you gonna open any more coaching spaces? Have you?
I've literally just opened my doors. Literally on the 1st, I've got quite a few inquiries to work through. So I mean, I'm capping my numbers again. I'm capping them at 30. I just don't want any more than that. I feel like 30 is a good number for me to keep my. Yeah, it's a good number to keep my services like a good quality. I feel like if I take I probably will in the future. I probably will take on more, but I feel like at the minute I just want to keep it like in that sort of space. If you know what I mean. It's not because otherwise I find it will be diluted down, and I don't want to take on any more.
Yeah. That's fair. You want to make sure that you're giving people your time, instead of rushing through. Like, here you have these coaches having like 100+ clients, and you're like, how in the fuck do you give each person
but,
like a good amount of time?
Tom's got like God knows how many, and the thing is, he is just so. I mean, I'll sing his praises until whenever, he is just so meticulous. Like when we were in Finland, he was up at like, obviously we're 2 hours ahead there. He was up 3 when we were up at 5 to give us our check-ins and our refeeds. And, it's just like that. Right. It's just, you can't beat that type of like, it's not just, way above and beyond. And like I said, I'll sing his praises until I can, and I said to him, he stuck with me. But, that's such a massive inspiration, like as a coach as well. It's just like an honor, obviously, to be coached by him and like just see how he works as a coach as well. Like I said, I don't know how he manages that amount of people, but he does, and none of his services are diluted down at all. So that.
No, he's very good. Very good at. I mean, like when I'm in the States, I think he's 8 hours behind. So like when I think 8 hours behind, So when he's going up, I'm getting on stage essentially. So like it's got to be, or it's either 8 hours. No, I'm 8 hours behind him. Sorry, and he's 8 hours in front. So, so like when it's mid-afternoon, then that's when I get up, and it's just we will work it out the other day, and it's just being aware of your time zones, I guess, as a coach as well. I've got a girl who's got a powerlifting meet on Sunday, and she's I want to say like Tennessee. And so you just need to be aware of what the time is and all that when you go into other, like with the clients and stuff. So he's very good at that.
He's lovely. He's a lovely chap. Lovely. Like, got me in the best condition of my life. So
yes, you looked. Well, obviously you got a very good season, and you did bring a very good package compared to when you competed last.
Yes, I looked like a little swollen marshmallow last season. Well, I wasn't prepped by Tom then, might I add. He followed through on his promises for sure and got me in condition. So
it's going to be exciting. So off season now, are you going to compete next year?
I think Tom said compete next year. I mean, obviously we'll talk about that maybe in our next check-in. I'll talk to him, but I think we are going to compete next year. But when during the season, I don't know. Like probably mid like this time or maybe next year. So next year, come on. Towards the end of the year, I can't even speak. See, I'm still phased. I'm like,
Well, as you're phasing out, lovely, we'll leave it there. We've done a good episode this week. Good, just a little catch up. Good to have you back on the podcast, Debs.
Thanks. Now it's your time to get shreddy and new. So everyone needs to follow Sara as well. You're still small but mighty on Instagram, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been umming and ahhing with changing it because I was speaking to someone about social media and stuff like that, and he said it might be better just because people will search your name and know who you are. But small but mighty is the best name. I'm just,
mine's Miss B, and people still find me through my name because obviously my name's in the one below. So I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, and so is mine. So surely, someone said change it to small but roided, and I didn't really want to do that. I was like, I'll pass.
It doesn't have the same ring to it, but follow Sara on Instagram because she is obviously prep and she gets fucking silly shredded, and she's all of the inspirations. Like I said, Sara is the reason I got into women's physique when I saw her last year. I was like, I want to be like that. So
no, thank you, Babs. Yeah, it'd be interesting because we're taking a very different approach this year, so it should be very interesting. I don't think we're going to be coming in as lean, obviously still lean, but I think they prefer boxed off glutes in the States instead of fucking walnut glutes. So so it'd be interesting. Obviously I put my faith and everything in Tom anyway, so like you said, like you do, Debs, I'll just fucking make.
The thing is though, like to know that you can hit that conditioning that you have in the past, and to think, oh, actually we don't need to be that conditioned, like it's so much harder to push for like pulling back on it, to be like in a position where I can pull back on it. That's amazing. Like to be able to just say, we don't come in as conditioned. Whereas, poor little people like me fighting to get that condition, and Sarah's just there like, I'm what?
We will not ask this year. Or maybe we'll not ask. Or maybe we'll get walnut arse and then fill out.
I think
maybe.
But I think look at
That's
some of the
always
pros,
good.
they have walnut arse, don't they? Like Sara has walnut arse and stuff. So
yeah, she does. So maybe it will make
just one last comment before we sign off. So as I was getting I think I was 2-3 weeks out, send all my check-in pictures to Tom, and he's like, Deb, really weird one, but can you send me a picture of your glutes clenched? And I call it I'm like, what, you want an old man butt pose? And he's like, what? I was like, it's old man bum, because they were like, look, squeeze their arse in. So I just finished all my check-ins. So I was like, I'm dressed at this point. I was gonna have to send it to you, so I had my top on and I had my normal underwear on, not my posing bikini. I said, this is the weirdest fucking picture I've ever taken for anyone. I took it and there were two, and I was like, this is the most unflattering, weirdest, ugliest arse picture I've ever taken. And he's like, damn, I'm really sorry, man. I know it's weird. I was like, no, but I don't do that. But you could see it was starting to come in, and I was like, holy shit, this, it's I've never seen my arse look like that before. But
I have so many of them that I sent to Tom. Yeah. He was just he was like, send me a picture of your bum and clench.
To be throwback to that walnut butt.
Mate, that is such a horrendous picture, though. Isn't it?
It's that's so. I mean, as a fucking female to reach that level of conditioning and that's insane. That is very impressive.
Thank you. I must admit, it probably was much more impressive in person. I just couldn't see it. When I went to see Caitlin at Shreds, I trained with Tom, and we went up north just for a day out because I was going mad inside my house. So we went up north to see Caitlin and see Callum and stuff like that. And I think I went to see Callum to have him just look over me because I had a funny reaction to some GH.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And that I think I told you about that when my face puffed out. And I went up to see him just to have a second opinion. Not saying that Tom's opinion didn't matter, but I was so stressing about it. I went, all right, let's go and see Callum just for a day out. And Caitlin saw me, and it must have been 2 or 3. It must have been my second or third day of fat loading, and she was like, "Oh, just clench your leg," and she was like, "Fuck me, it's so much more impressive."
I can't honestly. That's why I said to you, I can't actually wait to see you in the flesh, shredded and on stage. I'm genuinely so fucking excited. That's why I said, just why I want to come to Romania. I'm like, I can't not go. I really want to go.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame you can't come to the States. That would have been sick.
I might, because I've said, I've got everything sorted, so I might actually come to the States as well, because I want to come support you. B, I want to go to America. I want to see and experience it all with you. So I might. Yeah. Right, let's sign this bad boy off.
Right then. Well, let's do it. Okay, thank you for signing in, and expect this will be out on Friday. Friday, we'll 5 or 5:30. Okay, we'll do it at 5. As per, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and just follow the WPD page on Instagram because we need a bit of love. Yes, it's been a bit quiet, but with everything in full force now, we will be putting a little bit more up on there. But just give it some love because we're trying to do this for a good cause and raise awareness for the bigger girls in the bodybuilding industry. So so thank you for all your lovely comments. If you commented or speak to us on the weekend at the British finals, we'll be popping about and stuff like that. So thank you for your kind support, and we shall see you on the other side. Peace out.
Maybe I'm a different breed. Maybe I'm not listening.